Spiked Wallman in the chat. Good morning, guys and girls. Welcome to another live stream. Going to be playing with a friend and colleague today. We've got Cknoor in to give me a hand and help me become less bad. How's it going, bud?
I've got tea, so I'm good. No.
I've got coffee. We've got both caffeinated options covered.
Yes.
Do you go for are you like a herbal tea person or are you tea? Well, you always say tea, so I figure I'd just...
Only black tea.
Mm.
And it needs to
Black
be,
tea, nice.
you know, leaf. No, I'm not British, so I don't do tea bags unless I have to.
Okay, fair enough. Do you have a special? Oh God, what do you call the damn things? Is it a strainer? I don't know.
Of course. I've got 3 different ones.
Do you have a Blood Bowl one?
No. I take my tea seriously.
Well, I think that's a good way of worshipping Nuffle.
I've tried to figure out what's the best way of worshipping Nuffle is, and it rarely works for more than a game.
Yeah, if you figure that one out, let me know. So, yeah, thank you very much for stopping on by today. I've been playing this game for, I think, 9 days. So, pretty fresh, but out of that 9 days, I might have played more than some players play in a year. So, I've got a few hours under my belt, but I've not necessarily learnt anything. But we'll see how it goes. I have been binge watching videos too to try and get myself up to speed, but I'm going with humans today because what I've observed is whenever I play a block team, I try and pass it, and whenever I play a pass and run team, I try and block. So if I get a middle ground team, I can't go too far wrong.
No, the thing that's nice about humans generally is that their positionals are what it says on the tin.
Yep.
Essentially, your blitzers blitz, your throwers hold on to the ball, and your catchers catch them, and your linemen do everything else essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, other than that, and you do have an ogre, which is a bit of a that's always going to be a bit of a challenge in a way, because it never works out when you want it to work out.
He's been very well behaved with his boneheads until now, so this is going to be the moment where it swings. He went through 3 games without failing a bonehead.
That's actually really impressive.
Yeah, so he's basically going to fail all of them this game, and I'll be playing a man down. But Spiked Wallman saying that the skill picks are very right. Thank you. I have been studying and reading and watching Cknoor and the Sage and Andy and What's His Clogs.
Davo.
That's the one. You name it, I've been watching it and trying to figure out what's good and why. So I know Guard is amazing, and I couldn't really pick up anything else on the Ogre, so Guard seemed like it makes sense.
You usually go for Guard if you it's either if you roll a normal on a big guy, you either go for Guard, or if you're planning to blitz a lot with the big guy, you might pick up Juggernaut, but right. The human Ogre is mainly just going to be a roadblock.
Right, okay.
And add that extra bit of Guard, because Strength 5 makes it hard to deal with. Guard makes everything standing around it.
Yeah.
Nice.
For sure. Makes it kind of Strength 4 around it. Or, yeah. It's, I feel like block on him would be nice, because with Loner, it seems that he's a bit of a bait. You know, he's just asking for trouble when he attacks sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why you kind of have to... what am I trying to say? Yeah, you need to make sure that there are some instances where you don't actually want to use the Ogre if he's standing around having Guard, because if he boneheads, he's going to lose his Guard.
Right, okay.
Because he loses his tackle zones if he boneheads, and Guard works on tackle zones. The other main big guy trait, which is Wild Animal, they never lose their tackle zones.
Yes.
Even if they fail their Wild Animal.
Makes sense.
That's why Ogres are, it's generally a better nega trait, because you only fail on a 1 versus Wild Animal, who fails on 1, 2, 3, unless you're blitzing or blocking.
Right.
So they're harder to move around for that reason.
I'm learning here. This is good. I hadn't put 2 and 2 together with that. I was aware Wild Animal still had the tackle zone, which was pretty neat. Because I've been playing with Trolls for a while, and
and they've they've got really stupid, which is Depending on what team you're playing with, I mean, it's always a challenge because you need to, it's essentially bonehead as long as you have someone standing next to them. But it's also a case of if you're playing against a,
Filthy lizard men.
well, if you're playing against a newer coach, they might not be that up to date with boneheads. So
I've got a game.
You do have
this
a game.
chap has a Saurus with block and a Skink with sidestep. I don't have any tackles on my team, but I have more blocks than him, so that makes me happy. But he has Saurus and I have lineman, so that makes me sad.
Yeah, but you have more block, so you should be pretty okay here. You can't really do too much. It's gonna depend a lot on if you can get rid of the skinks or not. And since you do have block while you don't have tackle, and they don't have block, you still have 2 opportunities to knock them down.
Gotcha.
So
1 in 3.
You're essentially gonna go skink hunting.
Right. Okay.
Because as soon as they don't have any skinks, they can't pick the ball up.
Yep. Yep. Okay. So, if in any doubt, blitz a skink is kind of the motto of the game.
Okay. Do you know the rule of 7s in Blood Bowl?
No.
Okay, so rule of 7s essentially is how you calculate your agility actions.
Right.
Meaning, you add your agility plus a die roll, and if it goes up to 7, then you succeed. A 6, of course, is always a success, and a 1 is always a fail.
Yeah.
But generally, the way to look at it is like you have a bunch of agility 3 pieces.
Right, okay.
Which means that if they, for example, want to pick the ball up, which is a +1 action, they need to roll a 3. Because agility 3, +1 to pick the ball up, +3 is 7.
Gotcha.
And it works the same way with dodging and passing. You just have to recognize what actions gives a +1 and what actions don't. For example, leaping compared to blitz, compared to dodging, doesn't give a +1. Dodging gives you a +1.
Right, okay. I hadn't put 2 and 2 together with that.
No, most people don't. Also, you should... let's see. You've pressed control.
I've pressed control. Yep, so I can see what's going on now. I'll do something, and you can tell me why it's wrong.
Yeah, and I'm watching the game live in game, and it's giving me about it's the same as your screen share on Discord. So that's good because that means I can click on things. So you're on defense.
Yep.
So the first thing to think about is can your LOS, line of scrimmage, can they hold up against the Saurus? And they can't, so just having 3 linemen is good.
Yep.
Then you probably want some of your blitzers to be on. You want everyone else to be 2 steps back, but you don't need them to be more than that.
Right. Okay.
So I would put them on the third line and the 4th line, and then it's a question of do you think the skinks are going to try and run around you? In which case you want some pieces in the wide zone. Since your opponent doesn't have any frenzy, you don't have to worry about your guys being surfed. So I would put 2 pieces in the wide zone on each side.
Right, okay.
This is also a case where your catchers are actually decent because skinks are also strength 2.
Right, okay.
So they can do some work.
Well, we've got a neat...
Then you need to figure out where to put your ogre. I would probably put my ogre to the right 2 steps from your leftmost blitzer. And then have your plus strength blitzer on the other side.
We'll go with that for now. I've run out of time, but that'll do.
So, right, because we're 2-minute turns. So I think the mistake here is that your middle people, your mighty blow blitzer and your strength blitzer and your thrower, they're way too far back.
Right. Okay.
Because if you were to get a blitz, which is unlikely, they can't really pressure anything. And because the skinks are fast enough, they have movement 8. They don't actually need to be that far down the pitch to threaten a touchdown if your opponent wants to score in 2 turns.
Right,
which is, to be fair, kind of unlikely. There's also the case right now that you're leaving a lot of space open. So if you turn on, let's see, not turn on, but we want, hang on. We want the tackle zones to show up, right?
Extra reroll. Oh, straight into his hands.
Yeah. So, for example, if you click on one of the skink or one of their players, you can see where you exert tackle zones, right?
Yeah.
And currently, there's a passage down the left-hand side where they can just run through.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And since the Sorai only have agility 1, they're never ever going to dodge.
So they love having that free path, basically.
I mean, I don't think they're going to use it that much, but just generally, you don't want to give that up.
For sure. I would have likely adjusted to that, but I'm kind of accustomed to shoving everything in the middle and leaving the flanks because I'm not very good at organising. Oh, hello, Snake Eye.
Ooh, that's a good start.
That's how we roll. That's how we do this. So, my thoughts at the moment would be, I'll leave the guy that's down because I probably want to try and dodge him out last thing.
So you have an opportunity to actually blitz the ball carrier here. If you use your Knight Bosch to, you need to stand up, Edwin. Then you use Knight Bosch, and for example, the Ogre. You can run the Ogre in because he's got guard, so you can stand in front of the Crocs. And that, then you have a 2 die on the Blocksaurus. Then you don't follow up, and then you have a 1 die on the other Saurus.
Don't think I I wanted to stand there, did I?
Well, actually, no. This works. Might work better.
Then I can move my Gustav.
Yeah. So what you need now is
That's all right. And I don't want to follow. I want to stay.
Nope. Yeah.
Yep. So I can now move Gustav and leave a path.
Well, so here's the thing, right? You want to blitz with a blitzer.
Yeah.
You have a mighty blow blitzer, so you could move Gustav in and just stand next to the skink that's holding the ball.
Yep.
So even if he fails, you have 2 pieces on the ball, and then you run the mighty blow blitzer in for the blitz. It's going to be a GFI, but I think that's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So you should probably do that.
Step to there and then attack him.
Yeah, you blitz with the Jorg, exactly.
Yep. Okay. No GFI, fortunately, just about.
Yeah, it's because of movement stuff.
Okay, and block for the win.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
And then we hope that Mighty Blow does the thing it did.
Not today.
Okay. So, since it's free, you might want to run some of your pieces up to just put tackle zones on the ball.
Okay.
This would be the blitzers on your right and your catcher. Your catcher, you don't necessarily want to base anyone, but you could see if you can get your blitzer to stand next to the skink. That's
what I'll do is I'll base the skink. I'm going for 1 GFI here. And I'll go with the other guy to not base, but go around the back. If that seems...
Yeah, and then you want to spread out the other pieces you have. Right, you probably want to run the catcher into the middle. Because the pieces on the left now, you could run the blitzer forward and up above the Saurus that's kind of next to it.
Oh, on the left.
Yeah, but you generally just spread your pieces out because remember the skinks are faster than you are, and you don't want to end up in a situation where they can run away from you.
Yeah.
But you also want to end up in a situation where all of your pieces are viable for blitzing and stuff. So.
Yep. So,
and then just probably run the thrower up a few steps. Yeah.
So that's
something like that.
Something about right, not too far off. So my thinking there was just to try and push up, not engage with base with the Saurus, which is just going to get an easy 2 die on me. Maybe I could have with the plus strength on the right, but I don't know. Maybe that was a bad call. I was thinking because
we're also playing Champ Ladder, so we only have 2 minutes, so it's hard to figure out all of the right calls.
Yeah, fair enough. So I've got block and he doesn't. So would you then think, okay, well maybe it's worth basing?
I think are you thinking for Saurus?
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay. So I guess
I feel like it's probably worth basing when you're in when you want to make sure that the Saurus can't run away. You probably or chase after you. You want to sacrifice some people standing next to the Saurai, but generally. focus on the skinks if you can't do anything. And I mean, right now... Oh, good.
He's burning rerolls at least. That's worked.
Yep.
Oh, what do we got? It's just a stun. It's not too bad.
But unfortunately, it means that he's not going to do anything this turn. We'll see if they try and pick it up. That's also something to look at. Like, the only piece that can currently pick it up, right, is the skink.
Yeah.
That's currently knocked down.
Right. So he's
but
going
that's
to be
a dodge out and pick it up.
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen, it might be worth it to try and blitz and knock something down onto the ball.
Yep.
And then have it scatter somewhere else where you can kind of try and recover it.
Bosch could maybe push a Saurus onto it.
Ooh, there we go. Look at that.
So that's
Snake.
That's some good rolls.
Yeah. So it's Snake eyed it. So
I would be I would be thinking now, okay, well, Bosch could try and push the Saurus onto the ball to knock it out, but he needs quite a few assists here. Which
the other option is that you go for your oh yeah, you have two Bosches.
Yeah,
you've got the LOS lineman.
Yeah.
You can get 2 assists on the one that has block by using Night Bosch. And then if that's a knockdown or a push, that you at least have a 1 die on the other swords to push him into things. So that might be worth it to try. And if that doesn't work, or if you fail, you also have your plus strength blitzer that could, with an assist from the catcher, could get a 1 die on the Crocs.
I've got an idea. If I try this and you tell me why it was wrong, or
well, I mean, so far it's going well. I wouldn't have pushed him there though.
Okay.
I would have pushed him up next to the ball because a down Saurus can't catch it.
That's only.
Oh right, you can't. Oh right, you use that piece. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'll be thinking, I don't really want to move another piece in here, but I'd much rather have a 2 die for this.
Mm-hmm.
And would I follow that?
Yes.
Because I want to be in the tackle zone, I assume.
Yeah.
Right. So now we've got some stuff to be dealing with.
So what you could do right now is you could try and free the ogre and run the ogre up next to the Crocs.
Right, okay.
You also still have a blitz and a strength 2, so you could just use your plus strength piece to blitz the skink in the back, just to get a blitz on a skink, and then go stand next to the ball. Because remember, the skinks are the ones that are going to try and pick the ball up.
Yep, okay. Not today, but... So that...
And I'd move that piece back so it's next to the ball.
Okay.
And like I said, you can probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you could try and you probably want to move the pieces on your left over as well. And if you want to move the ogre, you either block with the ogre now, and then you block with the other guy and run the.
We'll block with the ogre.
Because you got 10 seconds left. So.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, but that's okay. Especially unfortunate that you didn't follow up. You should have followed up.
Okay. I was thinking keep him free for next turn, but.
Yeah, but he's going to be able to base him.
I see.
The Saurus is free, and now you don't have.
Yeah.
If you'd followed.
I would have had a guard.
The blitzer on the left could have run over towards the ball.
Right. Okay.
And what happened there? Oh, okay. Good.
I gave him a cheeky push. I think not following was okay there. I mean for the Mighty Guard guide. So the ogre definitely should have followed. I get that.
So I mean, the issue, right, that you always have to think about is what's more important, that they don't get to move because you're agility 3. So worst case scenario, if you have a reroll, dodging out with a blitzer into a space that doesn't have a tackle zone is a 3+ roll.
Mm-hmm.
And then you probably have reroll, so it's a 1 in 9.
Right.
Whereas their attempt at doing that is it's a 5+, so they're not going to attempt it.
Yeah.
But if you let them stand wherever they want, they can kind of reposition and block you.
Mm.
And that's going to be annoying. So for that reason, especially now that the ball is free,
Yeah.
you probably want to keep them based if possible, because it means that, sure, they're always going to get their skinks free, but they don't have anything to protect the skinks with. Like right now, what it looks like is that the Gore of Despair skink, the sidestepper, is going to run over, pick the ball up, and go stand next to the sideline. And then the Croxigore is going to go protect him with a sideline cage. Because this skink has sidestep, so he's never going to get surfed.
Oh, the last reroll gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I mean, that's still turn 3 at a reroll. That's really good news because okay, yeah, so the Crocs can get even further down.
Yeah, so that kind of went south rather quick. But so I feel like I probably overinvested in the middle there a little bit and left that right side a bit naked.
I mean, they were gonna, since the ball scattered where it did, they were always probably gonna pick it up.
Right, fair enough.
Now it's a question of, you either want him to score quickly so that you have enough turns to score in turn in the first half.
Yep.
Because you want to, like, you either want to make sure that he doesn't score, or if he scores when they start the half with the drive, you want to either force them to not score or you want to tie.
Right.
Like if they score and you don't, they win the half essentially, and then you're playing for the tie. But if you can force them to score quickly, then you have some more options to you.
Okay.
So right now, it's just a question of getting your pieces down there again, and kind of keeping the Sorai and the Crocs boxed in. The Skink you can't stop from scoring, realistically. So time to move the Ogre. Probably base the Soras that's next to him. But you want to base him from below, and then move some of your other pieces back, and then you want to block your line of scrimmage pieces free so they can run down. Like for example, if you stand up your blitzer in the back or in the front next to the catcher, you can use your Knight's Boosh to block the block Soras, and then you have 2 free pieces that can run down and be like, "Hello, we're annoying." You also need to stand up your plus strength blitzer. Probably can't move him this turn. He is in a possible surf situation, but it's probably not going to happen because he's strength 4. And you probably want to follow there.
Yep, follow just to remove myself from...
Because it gives you a 2 die on with the catcher on the skink, so you can do that.
Oh,
nice.
I've got block.
And that's
Hey, there we go.
That's what we want to see. And now you have 3 pieces that you can run down with to... Ooh, that's really good. Because that wasn't badly hurt.
So I can do 1 GFI to try and intercept. I mean, is it even worth?
Nope.
Okay, so I want to just kind of surround and try and murder as much as I can.
I would run down the 2 linemen and the thrower and just be close to. You don't even need to base the Crocs, and then you'd use the blitzer with Mighty Blow to blitz the skink that's close to it, because that has Mighty Blow, and if you can get rid of another skink, that's great. Because, yeah, that's good. Because right now, you're not...
So this is kind of like just, okay, let's put some pressure on the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just signaling that, hey...
So I've got a blitzer up top, but I guess the Saurus is not really a prime target, whereas...
No, you want to focus on the skinks. So right now, Mighty Blow blitzer, go for the skink.
I think if I go diagonal, I can at least push him toward my strength 4 guy.
Yeah.
Which...
And you because they're out of rerolls and all of that. Oh, yeah. And straight up. Okay, or that.
Okay,
there
cool.
we go.
That'll do.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Right, so...
And now, let's see, do you have any movement? You can, if you go straight down, you're going to base the back of the Saurus. And remember, this is probably one of those cases where you want to do that. It's slightly risky, but they're out of rerolls. So their failure state is actually, if they roll a skull or both down...
I could bring a catcher down as well.
Yeah, dodge the catcher out.
That's felt like a reasonable choice. That way he's still...
Yeah.
Right. Okay, well that felt pretty productive. Forced him to score.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And now the focus is, you know, get the thrower, pick the ball up with the thrower, have a bit of a cage, but mainly see if you can blitz some more skinks, because they don't have an Apo anymore.
Yep.
The fact that that skink is out is great.
Was that the sidestepper that I got? I wasn't...
No, the sidestepper is the one that's
he's
scored.
still around.
Yeah.
His time will come.
So they're probably going to protect their skinks. So this also means that if you were to run a pass play, you'd run up your catchers so that they're halfway up the field, and it asks scoring threats, essentially signaling that, hey, I could possibly pass at this guy next turn, and then he can just catch it and run it in, and that would force them to base your catchers.
Right.
You need your ogre on the LOS here.
Yeah.
And then your Mighty Blow piece probably needs to go for a skink. They've given you, for some reason, because they spread them out, they've given you 2-die blocks on everything. So put a Blitzer next to a Saurus and put the...
Am I going to be able to get to the skink at the back? Will that be...
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, with a GFI, you would.
Okay. Around the side, is that? Around the flank?
Yeah. So you need to make sure you want to have 2 assists on each of the LOS Saurus, and then you put your thrower in the middle, and then you can move in Knight Boosh 1 to the left. You need to have at least 1 more piece in the back, because remember they're skinks. So if something horrible happens,
things will happen. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so left is 2-die, right, mid is 2-die, right is 2-die, and then we've got Yorg ready to go round and try and Mighty Blow one of these. Okay. Yep, that all makes sense. Yo, what's up, May? How's it going? What's up, Jason? Yep, this is not Rogue Trader today. Both teams get an extra reroll. Well, that's sad face.
That's unfortunate.
Yep, and it's wonderful placing. So, start with the blockers, I assume, and just try and...
No, start with the lineman in the back, run him down, and place him next to the... Well, actually, you don't need that. It's too deep. So, yeah, start with the blitzers on the LOS. And block.
Right, should have done a diagonal one for this, but... and I'm assuming I probably don't want to follow here.
No. But you want to push them into the middle, not out to the sides.
Yeah, I didn't place that cleverly. Right, and would I follow here?
Sure, why not?
I mean, it feels like I gain a tiny bit of ground. I've got a guard next to me. Life feels fairly good.
And now the one on the if you don't knock that piece down, you want to push him straight up. Otherwise, it's going to block your piece, and you don't want that.
Okay, well,
but that's fine.
That's fine.
So now you can,
And I would follow this or stay.
You can follow.
I guess there's...
Then you have 2 columns of tackle zones, and now you probably want to do the blitz.
Blitz. Yep, that seems like the best angle of attack. 1 GFI. Oh. And we'll go...
Yeah, and you don't want to follow here.
Yeah, definitely not.
Stand next to the corks.
Oh, in the mouth.
There we go.
There we go.
Very nice.
Pow right in the kisser.
So with that done, you can now run your catchers on the left and the right side up. Just run them up in the wide zones, like 4 or 5 steps.
Yep. 1.
Mainly because there's... Let's see, how many skinks are left? There's 2 skinks left. So we want to give them... here's another pro tip. When you're running pieces up for catching and you have other pieces next to them, don't have them stand within a square of each other. Because right now...
Okay.
Actually, go pick up the ball with the thrower first, and I'll talk more about this when it's your opponent's turn.
What are we doing with the ogre as well? He's best to leave him for this, or
you could run him over and base the Hoslat Saurus. because they can deal with that, right? But you don't necessarily like. You'd prefer them to block your thrower compared to anything else.
Yep.
And then you might want to. You could run the Gustav here up a bit and base the same crocs that your ogre is basing.
Which one's Gustav?
It's the one.
There we go.
On the right.
So maybe I shouldn't have done a double base there, but and I'm assuming the other guy in the middle.
Remember, your ogre has guard, so your it doesn't, because you have a blitzer in the back. The down source is never going to exert any assists.
Okay.
Because they take them out.
Right.
So yes, speaking of the Mighty Blow Blitzer and your non-block catcher, they're now standing within a square of each other. And the reason you don't want that is because now any piece that can go stand between them and exert tackle zones on both of them.
Right, okay.
That was a very weird play.
Oh, ouch.
I mean, it worked out, but it's that either your opponent doesn't have skills on, because he could have easily gotten a 2-die on that. Like, going for the plus strength makes sense, but you know, it's different. We also have to remember that your opponent has a wizard, which means that once you move up, they might use that at the start of their turn to knock the ball free. Yeah, see, now the Crocs is making life difficult for you.
Yes. Yeah. But overall, feeling fairly happy with progress thus far. It's sort of...
Oh, you should not.
Yeah?
No,
not feel happy.
This is actually, just looking at it right now.
Yep.
Like, what are you going to do with your thrower?
Pray that he doesn't die.
Yeah, that's not a good move. So you need to run your thrower up.
Yep.
But they have a wizard, so you need to move it further than that. The problem is that your catcher and your Mighty Blow piece are stuck to the Crocs, and the Crocs have prehensive tail, so it's one harder to dodge away from it.
Yep.
So that's not going to work. So, and the only free piece you currently have
it's a billion miles away.
Is the catcher in the back.
Yeah.
So you need to figure out how to free up some pieces to move the ball. One of the things you could probably do is use the ogre to knock the Saurus out.
Yep.
And then use the lineman to try and push the other Saurus away, but that's a 1-die.
Yep.
And then you'd run the thrower up to try and pass to the blitzer. That's a difficult thing to do, but the reason you do that is because you have 4 rerolls, and you cannot leave it in the hands of the thrower in the back, because you're going to get a wizard and they're going to steal the ball. So that's a good start.
So I'd stay?
No, you'd follow.
I'd follow? Oh, yeah. I want to keep him based, I guess.
Yeah.
So then I'd use the blitzer.
You can run your catcher back. The block catchers are given us extra assist on the Saurus.
So the block catcher. Yeah. So I run him down to here.
Yes.
For the 2-die. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'd want to attack with the blitzer, I assume.
No. Because you want the blitzer is faster, so
I want him to carry the ball.
Best case scenario here is the blitzer catches it, and then you run the catcher the fuck away.
Right. Okay. Oh dear. So I guess
That's
I would
fine.
Push him away.
You push him to the side and you follow.
Yeah.
Because remember, the Sorai can't dodge here, and both of the skinks are now far enough down the field that your blitzer can actually run away from them.
4+.
Now you run your thrower straight up.
Yep.
Well, not straight up, but straight, so he's straight up from the blitzer. Yep, exactly.
I think that seems.
Wait.
Oh dear, my mistake. We've gone for it.
We should have checked for range first, but that's fine. Excellent. Worked out just the way we wanted it to.
And now up top.
Up diagonally left, probably.
Diagonal left. Okay, so basically.
Yeah, that way. But yes, you were running correct.
Right.
No, sorry. That's
near the Croxagore, right? Okay.
No, go. Do we want to go that way? Actually, I think we do want to go that way. Yeah, go that way.
I think the Crocs will be harder for him to free up.
Yeah.
Now, I have rerolls for a GFI here. I have 4 rerolls.
So what you want to do is now we click on the skinks to see how far they can actually move.
Okay, I'm outside by 1.
So you want to move 1 further up then, because you don't want them to base you, because then you have to dodge.
Okay.
And dodging is a 3+, GFI is a 2+.
1 has been achieved. Now, I'm assuming I don't really want to roll any extra dice here.
No, you don't. So what we do now is we look at, okay, so do we have any safe blocks? We don't.
Nope.
So what's probably going to happen is that they're probably going to blitz a Saurus free and go base you, or they're going to blitz the Croc free and go base you with that.
Right.
But they might also end this turn by using the Wizard.
Yep.
That's also one of the reasons why we wanted to do 1 GFI further up.
Gotcha.
So that if they do that, the skinks wouldn't be able to possibly have a scatter on the ball.
Gotcha.
Hi, Thursday.
Okay, that was nice. That was nice. I would not have come up with such.
So the problem we run into now, though, is that we don't want to score until turn 8. So we have to figure out a way to stall this, because the skinks can score in 2 turns. So if we score on turn 7, that's probably okay. But preferably, we'd like it to. We'd like to not score yet.
And we
see
don't
how that works
really want to give him to KO opportunities to revive.
Perfect, and that's what we wanted to see.
That's
if
nice.
he'd gotten a knockdown there, he could have followed, and then he would have been free. But he didn't. So now instead, the blitzer is actually the Mighty Blow blitzer is free to blitz the skink.
Right.
If needed. And we might want to do some math. So the skinks are strength 2, which means that if you have more than double, you get 3 dice.
Yep.
But we're not going to be able to do that easily. So I would stand everyone up.
So I've got 1 catcher in the back that's free to provide an assist somewhere, but...
you want to stand the guy in the back up as well.
Oh, I didn't even see him there. So I could base the skink, but that would be with 2 GF... No, not worth 2 GFIs and dodge.
So I would probably try and use the Ogre to block the Saurus away, and then so I don't have to dodge with the Blitzer.
So I can
just
push and follow.
Yeah, push him so he's not standing next to the Blitzer. Push him and follow, yeah.
So now we Mighty Blow the skink.
Yep. And if this fails, we probably have to score.
It didn't. So there's the side step.
Diagonally down. Oh, right,
side step.
Yeah. So follow.
Do I want to step toward the middle?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, hello.
Excellent. Very good, because no apple left. So
there we go.
So now we can. Now you want to run straight up here.
Yep.
Because we might be able to, if you just no.
Just straight up.
Yeah, because do that.
Okay.
Because we can now possibly hide our ball carrying blitzer behind the Mighty Blow blitzer.
Oh, you're quite clever.
I
don't think of such things. So the skink will be able to base me.
Yeah.
No, unless I touch down, but with GFI.
So wait, before we do all of that, so this is a possibility, right? But we need to see. So the Crocs can, if the Saurus that's standing next to our catcher, if that piece can the Crocs run up? And yes, the Crocs kind of can. So because we injured the good skink, it might still be worth it to score here, because we're in Champ Ladder and getting the touchdown is, more important. Also, they still have a wizard that they can use if we don't score.
Gotcha. So the touchdown seems...
I think the touchdown is the safer thing here. It's not optimal.
Yep.
But I probably do it because they have a wizard.
Yeah.
And I don't think we can stall it out.
Given that and my ball handling history, I like your thinking.
Yeah. Generally, like, stalling and not scoring is one of those things the more you play, the better you get at judging how likely that is to work or not. So early on, if you just started playing, you know, get the touchdown when you can, essentially.
Gotcha.
Oh, the fact that one of them stayed out is excellent. The fact that your guy stayed out is bad. But this means I think they only have 2 skinks, right? Yep.
Yeah, so we're one player up.
Yeah, so I would put the ogre in the middle.
And on the line, or?
No.
Yep.
Yeah, 1 up.
So same philosophy as before.
Yeah. You might want to move in your you move in your side stacks 1 step on both sides.
Mm-hmm. Keep them as a double stack.
Yeah, you can do that. And then you need to have the Mighty Blow Blitzer hide him behind the ogre, and then put the other 2 pieces slightly further up above the or there.
So
just make it
spaced out, or
yeah, like that.
okay.
Because you need to have using the Mighty Blow Blitzer to hunt any skink that comes forward. Because they have 2 turns now.
Would it be worth swapping my thrower on the left with the catcher, just so he's not easily blitzed? Just as I only have 1 thrower. And
no, because your catcher is easier to blitz. It's
right, strength 2. Right, yes, logic. And tight versus loose, sort of front line here. I mean, I'm going to get battered tight. Either way. Tight.
The reason you want it tight is because you want the Saurus to be tight in the middle.
Gotcha.
Because it's going to make it easier for you to run around it.
Okay.
I can't really think of a good reason why you wouldn't want it tight. Oh well, the one reason you wouldn't want it tight is if you think they're going to do a 1-turn touchdown.
Fair enough.
On turn 8. But yeah, so they're going to try and go for the sideline cage here.
Yep.
So one of the skinks are going to pick it up, and then they're going to use those guys to protect it. They did get that reroll, which is annoying, so it'll be easier for them to protect it.
Mm-hmm.
But it means that the skink's going to pick it up, and it's going to hand off to the other skink.
Yep. Oh dear. 2 rerolls for him.
Okay, that's not good.
And not the kick we wanted either.
I mean, the kick... No, yeah, it would have been nicer if it was the other way around, because skinks can't pass. But what we probably need to look at now is... Now we probably want to blitz... If the Crocs is the one in front, we probably want to blitz the Croc.
Mm-hmm.
Just to take him out, and then force the skinks to blitz when they run down the side.
Right.
Because if they succeed with the sideline cage, they're going to try and run through. So we need to make... At this point, we need to make sure that it's hard to... there needs to be a lot of tackle zones to dodge through, essentially. Which also means we want the Sorai... No, Thirsty, you can't work that way. The Sorai to be stuck on the LOS.
Right.
As much as possible.
Yep.
So let's hope that they fail the pickup.
Yeah, that would be a nice start.
That'd be really sweet. It's a 1 in 9 though, so it's unlikely. And I mean, I find that it usually helps to shout what you want them to roll.
Yeah, definitely.
But all of that failed, so I guess let's see what they do.
Looks like what is he gonna?
He's gonna make a sideline cage on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
This is good though. Because he's making a sideline cage with the Sorai rather than the Crocs, and the Crocs is a lot harder to deal with. Right. But I think it's because he's probably going to put the Croc next to your block catcher and blitzer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's not right. So this puts us in a position where we probably have to do some GFIs with the ogre to put the ogre standing straight right in front of the Saurus that's in front.
Yep.
And then we want something to the left of him, and then we'll blitz that Saurus with the mighty blow piece. So the thrower probably needs to also do 2 GFIs and get to the left of the Saurus.
So should we do the ogre first?
No, we want to do the thrower first. Actually, what we want to do is we probably stand the piece in the middle up first, the LOS.
Gotcha.
And then you want to run the the lineman on the right to base the now free Soras at the top. Yep. Yep. And then you run the other blitzer on the right diagonally back, just so that he's closer if they don't score.
So somewhere toward my line.
Yep. Yep. I mean, it's not going to matter because they're only going to have one turn, but it's, you know, just generally good to have him there. Now we run the thrower down.
Okay, and that was along the lost sideline. Yep. And then Ogre down, and then we blitz Mighty Blow.
Yeah.
So 1 GFI here, no bonehead, always nice. No slip
and
up.
Before we do the blitz, move the catcher, so the catcher is kind of on this. Yeah, not one over to the right. I think up one.
Oh, somewhere here.
Yeah, put him there. Because you know we're forcing the skink to blitz through.
Yep.
And now you blitz the Sorai.
Fingers crossed. Okay, so POW and push north?
No, to the left.
To the left. Okay, so okay, that.
And then stay.
Right.
Remember, you have a guard piece in the middle now.
Yep.
And the Crocs is stuck, so the skink is probably just going to try and blitz through. So he needs to blitz through 3 squares, right?
Is it worth trying to dodge out this lineman?
Yes. It might. Yeah. If you can get the lineman to stand next below the catcher, the yeah.
So I could do it with 1 GFI.
Yeah. Yes. Don't do each in turn, because if you fail the dodge, re-roll, and then that succeeds, then we're not going to do the GFI.
Right. Okay. So we'll do the GFI now with our 5 re-rolls that we've got left.
Yeah, and then I think we're good, because
there's
unfortunately
nothing
we have to
safe.
sacrifice the catcher here, but we don't want the Crocs to be free.
Yeah.
Same with the other piece further up.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Cool.
Yeah. Another thing they might do here, they might use the wizard at the start to just wizard the thrower.
Yep.
But then they actually have to make sure that that piece gets knocked out.
Roger. Okay. This is a thing.
Is this making sense, or am I?
No. Yeah, this is no. This is I'm trying to sort of analyze it as we go. I love Blodge. I just Blodge for days. I'm seeing the logic in what you're doing, so I'm picking it up as we go. I think on day 1 I would just have been clicking, going yes boss, but
the thing that is making this matchup more of a challenge than it otherwise would have been. I mean, it's always a challenge, but the thing that makes it slightly different right now is the fact that they have a wizard. So that's why we're playing slightly different than we otherwise would.
Yeah.
Right?
So wizard seems quite scary on teams that have, let's say, like a high scoring threat.
Yes. It's also really annoying if you're playing something that can't handle the ball, like Khemri.
Right, for sure.
Or Shorfs that like to pick it up on agility too.
So he's going to be having to do probably 3 tackle zones worth of. Okay, well that's somewhat nice, I guess. Yeah, so if he dodges through that, he is a jammy little skink.
Yep. So, I mean, he's always going to dodge in a 3+. He has a reroll.
Yep. But he's going to have to go through some 2 tackle zones too, which will be.
It doesn't matter. He's stunty. He doesn't care about that.
Oh, really? What a cheeky little monkey. Okay, well that might happen.
But he still needs to do the rolls.
Oh, the first one, first hurdle. There's the reroll.
Yeah. And now.
Yeah, well, we tried.
Yeah.
But using your previous logic, I feel that we did the right things.
I mean, that was one of the reasons. That was the scary choice, right, between scoring on turn 6.
Yep.
Versus not doing it, and that's where a lot of the tactics and strategy come in when it comes to deciding on when to score, because it's a much larger part of the game than people realize.
Sure.
Generally, but it's really hard to see that unless you know what the other team is capable of.
Yep.
Now we only have 1 turn here, so in theory, there are ways to do one-turn touchdowns with humans. We're not going to try that. Instead, we're just going to go hunting for that skink.
Yep, that is my plan.
That's in the back. So we're going to do pretty much the same thing.
Yep.
You probably want to move some blitzers around though, like the one on the right. So yeah, so that you can
push
inwards.
him. Yeah. That's a mistake I made last time.
And now, because we also do want to level up our pieces, it's turn 8. We want to do a vanity pass, so we probably want to swap the catcher for the lineman in the back. The non-leveled up catcher is probably the best one to do. Because then the plan is the thrower goes to pick the ball up and then passes it to the catcher once you've done all your blocks, because a completed pass is 1 SPP.
Gotcha. And that'll bring me from 2 to 3.
Yep.
Cool beans. Right, let's bash a lizard.
Mm-hmm.
Gentle gust of wind. Give me a free ball. Nope, never mind. It's close enough.
Yeah. So
yeah, I could pick that up.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, don't worry. I was just
do
looking
the
at
passing
range.
at the end.
I was just looking at range.
Okay.
I was just tempted.
You can push him. Yeah, push him over there, because then we can decide if we want to do a foul or not. Because
Gotcha.
we do have a spare lineman, so we might want to. If we clear everything else out around it, we might foul that at the end of our turn.
Gotcha.
That's nice.
Doesn't really matter, does it? Power or block?
No,
they both
but
have
block is more fun.
Yeah, that's true. I'll push him away and stay, just so I look more imposing. Yeah. Right, blitz.
Yeah, let's count it out first. Make sure that you can do it. Yep.
2 GFIs with 2 die.
Yep.
And
yeah, that's fine.
Praise the Lord for block.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
There we go.
Well, that might turn out very well.
Yeah, because if we can get rid of all of the skinks, we can score quickly and then try and steal the ball. Right now, let's surround one of the Sorai, exactly. And then just foul with the Knight Bush there, because he's got 0 SPP.
Does my foul assist get denied if I'm based by someone?
Yes.
Right, so that's the best I can do currently.
Yeah.
So that's my 6+. So do I want a ball pass?
But we do the pass first.
Yeah. Right.
And then
4+, 3+. I mean, I can GFI to make it a 3+.
I mean, someone mathed this out, and I think you should do it because you have a reroll. Yeah. Otherwise, you shouldn't. We could have also fixed this by moving the catcher first.
Yeah, that would have.
Yeah. But now you get to foul.
So I will foul you with Knight Bosch because you have 0 SP. Right. Time to get your head stomped. There, well.
Yeah.
That'll do. That'll do. He was a dirty player anyway. Okay, so if we're lucky with KOs, this could turn out to be...
Yeah. So they won the first half, but we did some damage to them.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how many of the skinks come back.
Thank you very much, Horace. Horace is just congratulating me on the choice to pick someone up on the offer of coaching, because it's a lot better than having chat shout at you with a minute delay, which is very hard to interpret. Yeah,
so unfortunately, you know, that didn't work. And we can now see that your opponent has recognized that you keep going for the skink, so he's put more swords in the white zone.
Yeah.
The question is, does that change our strategy? It means we can now, if we want to, we can now blitz the Crocs instead with the Ogre.
Right.
But we can also, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we can't reach the skinks, so that might be an option. The nice thing, you probably want to put the catcher in the back forward again a bit.
Catcher.
And you also don't want the mighty blow and the plus strength piece next to each other.
Gotcha.
Because you want them to block different Sora. Yeah. Also, you need to make sure that you have an extra assist on the right there.
Oh yeah.
For the
spare alignment.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's a nice T shape.
Sure.
Let's do some damage.
Oh, so many cheering fans. What
Wow.
the heck is going on here?
Wow. I'm up to 4 already. So now we start punching, I guess.
Yep.
Oh dear. That's kind of...
So just push him to the left. That's fine. And follow. And now you want to block with the, I guess, the plus strength piece and push that guy out of the way. No,
oh,
okay,
wrong one.
Yep.
I was pushed the guy on the left out of the way. Ah, I see.
Yeah. Don't follow.
Either way, he's going to base me, so...
Yep. That's better. I like that.
Diagonal.
Yeah.
And stay. Okay, so I still have the ability to push this guy. It won't be using a block piece if I want to keep my...
No, you do the block on the right first.
Okay, yep. More sensible. Right. And follow or maintain the line?
I think you want to maintain the line here.
Yeah. I want to not let Saurus sneak around the back. Okay,
oh,
cool.
Very nice.
That's very cool.
Nice. That's what we want.
That's freed up some guys.
Yeah. Remember, your Mighty Blow piece now is actually free. So you could... you probably want to do the one block you have left before you do the Blitz.
Okay, no block on this, but that's okay. And no follow?
Follow. Because you knocked it down.
Fair enough. So,
up.
yeah, just causing a headache.
You could move the... what you could do is you could move the Ogre forward one and then Blitz the Skink... or the Sora you didn't knock down that's in the middle.
Yep.
If you want.
Yeah, I feel like that's... seems like the safe play.
Yeah.
There we go. Push him to the ogre in contact.
Yeah, sure.
And stay, I would assume,
Yeah.
so I don't want to be. But, oh, hello. Oh, just a stun.
Now we need to secure the ball.
Right. So I have...
And you might just want to run it up and push him forward in the middle. So he's right ahead of the...
So I've got 3 other guys that haven't moved as of yet on the line. Do I want to think about positioning them at all, or ball first?
No, because if you fail the pickup, you want them to be there so that they can't run straight through, right?
Gotcha. Yep, that's what happens. Double one. We were due a snake eye, I feel. It's, I haven't even had to use a reroll yet on bad block dice, so...
Come on, give me the... I'm watching both you screen and trying to get up to date with the game here.
Okay, so sure hands failed me.
Yes, but that's why we got sure hands. You didn't lose a reroll.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're blitzing here on the side so they can put some pressure on the pickup because they have a bunch of skinks. They're really fast. That's really annoying.
I assume we don't use an Apo because this is champ.
I mean, in some cases you would, but not at this point.
Yeah, like if you desperately needed the player on pitch.
And he might come back.
Yep. So I'm assuming here we'll...
Oh, okay, that's...
I'm assuming we'll just go and blitz this piece with, say, I don't know, our strength piece. I mean,
he's going to put more skinks down there.
Ah, okay. How much movement's he got? Oh.
But yeah, as long as... I mean, your plus strength blitzer is free.
Yep. As is the mighty blow.
Yeah, so depending on how these are positioned, we might be able to just chain push them out. We'll see what happens.
Okay. So it looks like the skink, by the time they go diagonal, will have a little bit of time getting here. A little bit of trouble.
Yeah, they need to dodge through.
Ah, I see. I see.
Which
So
they might not want to do because...
this is where Nuffle could...
There we
Yeah.
go. That's nice. Well, that's the... Oh, okay. He's got it on... He's also got it on auto. Right.
Ah.
So that's a snake eye. So I think this is just a case of marking with one other lineman.
Yep.
That's further up. Yep. And then blitzing with your plus strength blitzer.
Yep.
And then trying to pick it up and put it in a cage in the middle, probably? Question mark?
Push and follow, I guess.
Yeah, you could have gone diagonally because then you would have pushed him next to the lineman instead. But now you have to now you have to push and follow, yeah.
Yeah. So that was just kind of a get out my face procedure. So is it worth... we should probably just keep the ogre here, right? Just in case he fails.
Yeah.
So shorthand time?
You'll probably want to go stand in the middle. So
Yeah.
try and pick it up and go stand below the blitzer that doesn't have anything.
Right. So smack in the middle or...
No, for one more up.
Yeah. And then we can move that blitzer, I guess, if we need.
Yeah. Then we can move the blitzer back one.
Back left. There's more targets.
Sure. Yeah.
And then catcher back right.
Yeah.
That's a cage.
And then you probably... Now, your blodge catcher is in a bit of a precarious situation.
Yep.
You could try and dodge him out because it's a 4+ with a reroll into 3+ with a reroll, but you need to do them one at a time. Don't do both.
Okay.
It's a question of how likely do you think it is... Because he's going to block you, right? But he only knocks you down on a POW.
He's got a 1 in 6 chance. Ah, yeah, 2 dice. So
he's
1
going to
in
get
3.
2 dice. But if he runs a skink over, he's all of a sudden strength 5.
Right.
Because 4+1, right? And you're only 2. So then he'd get 3.
Right. Okay.
So I would probably dodge him back. Diagonal back that way, but do them one at a time.
Right. Come on, baby. Oh, dear. And we could not use a reroll.
Nope. So
yep.
For those watching at home, that had a 75% chance of succeeding.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
At least it's used. Oh, dear.
Yeah, but this is... I mean, we... Yeah, that's unfortunate, but we knew this was going to happen at some point.
I have an Apo. Now, would you not bother with that?
So no, this is a badly hurt, so that means the piece would come back.
Right, yeah.
And you probably want to be up players, so it's a question of use it. No casualty. I mean, I would have talked more about it, but we're in champ ladder. In open or in any other format, I wouldn't have done that.
Oh my god.
Hurt, so okay, that's not how that's supposed to go. He's supposed to knock down
2.
He's supposed to knock down 2 or 3. He knocked down all of them.
Well,
that's insane. I've never seen a fireball go that well. That's really, really bad, and also
thank you,
not
Nuffle.
what's supposed to happen.
Thank you for your participation today. It has been appreciated. I'm glad you decided to show up just to fuck me. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, that's the wizard used. We don't have to be nervous about that anymore.
Nope. Let's see. What did you actually roll here? He rolled...
Okay, well that's...
Oh, he failed the pickup.
If he fails this again, then Nuffle does not have a heart.
No, but this is still fine. He moved it too far up.
So strength piece, dodge out, go and smack him.
Yep. I mean, he's gonna move the other piece around, but yeah, it's most likely gonna be strength piece, dodge out. He's gonna move the Saurus down to block that. But
so I'm still 1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7.
I've got a GFI.
Yeah, you can still reach that.
Yeah,
that's still fine. Yeah, okay, and he misplaced that piece.
So would I start with this turn because it's my...
No, well, you stand up the pieces that you could stand up first. Okay, so that's
my
one problem.
My one spaghetti's just gone.
No, you still have some moves. Your new cool move is also been denied. Like literally everything.
Yep.
Has gone to shit. So, for that reason, let's have a look at what's available to us. It's gonna be a hard thing. It's gonna be hard to do anything. Holy shit.
Yeah, like, are we just hunting lizards at this point? Like,
Well, we're hunting the skinks.
so I can
So
blitz
first of all,
this one.
The mighty blow police wants to stand up first.
Okay.
Um,
And go and base the Bloxsaurus, or
yeah. No, not the Bloxsaurus.
or I could base the skink to make it a 3-die with the strength piece.
He can't make it down there. He'd have to dodge.
Oh yeah, that's a bad idea. So
So yeah, go and base the block skink. Stand the other blitzer up. And the line, pretty much stand everyone up except the plus strength piece.
go on, Blodger. I feel you can do this. And strength piece, blitz, skink.
Yep.
Right, come on. Let's have some murder.
And then you always want to follow this up, push him upwards. Yeah, and follow.
Come on, injure, murder.
Nope. Nope.
Rip his tail off.
Didn't get the thing off early, and now we're gonna dodge out and run diagonally forward or back.
Right. So we're gonna go.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't stop him scoring though, so this is just for pressure.
Well, it's
pressure,
no.
right?
I mean, we need to have something down there because he needs to make a GFI.
Oof.
You do want to reroll this.
Yep. Come on, Nuffle. Thank you. Right.
And then you probably want to do the 1-die block and the lineman up top. Mainly because it's not a great line. It's not a great block because it's against a block piece. But at this point, you know, and you want to push him
south
straight to the right and then follow.
Okay. Right. So free up
because that
Mighty Blow.
frees up the Mighty Blow Blitzer.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. In theory, you can go stand next to him, but it's so hard that it's not worth it.
Doesn't seem worth because it just frees up the Saurus, I guess.
Exactly.
Okay. Right.
So let's
oh
see.
wow.
You have 2 out. They have 2 out. So you're even on players, which is not what you want to be right now.
2 for 2. Yeah. I've got one guy coming back.
They should probably be scoring here because they're already up. 1. Yeah.
Come on, Nuffle.
Because if you...
Yes, Nuffle! At least burn the reroll. Now, Nuffle, me and you have... No, never mind. I thought Nuffle was going to help me out there for a second.
No,
that was asking for a bit much. Yo, what's up, Davey? How's things over in Budapest? Techno, good to see you, bud.
So, in theory, stay out. Nice.
Right. Oh, dear.
Okay.
Oh, he's
so
up.
In theory, we can still tie this.
Mm-hmm.
So that means we're going for pass plays right now.
Okay.
That also means one of the things that we haven't done is we put a lot of pieces on the LOS, which when horrible things have happened in the back, they've been able to run pieces through. So you could protect that more, but I think right now we're more on a more in a YOLO situation. So what I would do is I'd move the catcher out to the right.
Oh,
not that catcher.
Not that one.
No. The other catcher out to the right. Yeah. Then I'd move the lineman that's next to the plus strength blitzer down. So that's your protection in the back with the thrower.
Yep.
Because you can with your plus strength you can still block the Sorai and that frees up the other catcher, right? The mighty blow catcher I'd probably swap with the non-block catcher currently because where he's standing,
Mighty blow catcher with the non-block catcher.
No. Sorry. The mighty blow blitzer with the blitzer on the right. Not that one.
Not that one. The other one. Yep, I'm with you.
Yeah. Okay. Because that puts him on this side, and he can then run and blitz some skinks later on.
Okay.
So the plan right now is to block down what they have on the LOS, run the catchers forward, and then run the ogre to base some more of the Sorai or the Crocs.
Yep.
So that they have to run their skinks out to protect the catchers, and then we'll blitz them next turn, and we'll do a pass, play, and pass, and score in 2 turns. And
Easy
then we'll
peasy.
steal it after that. Yep.
Easy peasy. Okay, so we're on to phase 1, I guess, which is murder. Extra reroll, of course. Because
this is
okay. So I've got the ball.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. That's fine.
I won't blitz with him first then.
No. You want to push him straight back and up.
Oh dear. So I pushed him along, but so I follow anyway.
Yeah. We want to base all the skinks or all the Sorai now.
Right. So
okay, and then the Mighty Blow Blitzer, block with him.
So is it worth... I could blitz this Saurus on the right here at the back and diagonal run my ball up top right?
Yeah, I mean, it might be if you can make sure that none of the Sorai make it there, and you probably need a bit of protection. You're not going to blitz with your ball carrier.
Yeah.
That's not a thing that's going to happen. You might blitz with... If you want to risk it, you might blitz with your Ogre. But before you do... This is a push up and follow.
Okay, push.
Not diagonally up.
Oh,
because now you're blocking your catcher. It doesn't matter in this case because the catcher doesn't need all the movement. But you want to run both your catchers up on one on each side.
Yep.
You also don't need to run them all the way up. Because remember, they have a lot of movement.
Yeah.
Also, you have 2 pieces in the back that you probably want to run forward at this point.
Okay, so do I want to... are we going to blitz with the Ogre here? Sort of move Ogre there, blitz?
You could do that, or you move the Ogre... You move the Ogre to the square that's above... You move the Ogre there for the assist.
Yeah.
And then you run the other 2 linemen up.
Okay.
And blitz with one of them.
Okay.
And then you need to use the lineman in the back to get some extra protection with the blitzer. So you want the one of these linemen to be on the top right. Yeah. Take the other one.
top and bottom, top and tail.
Yeah. You don't want to do it with that piece.
Okay.
Because you're losing movement on the blitzer now. Because he's paying 1 extra movement to.
Okay.
To blue. Yeah. But that's fine. Just do what you plan to do. Do that. Yeah.
Go blitz him. Q. Let's have a pow. Nope, never mind.
Don't follow. Push him next to the Ogre.
And
then
stay.
Yeah, and then you move that guy up to stand next to the other lineman. No, the blitzer.
Oh, right,
directly
north.
And then 1 more up.
Up and
not that way, to the right. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, keep him free.
Yeah, and then you move the blitzer and you kind of hide. You can hide even. Yeah, you can go hide over there.
I can go 1 more up.
Yeah, so here's what we need to look at now is this guy in scoring position next turn? So he's got 7 movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he needs to go 1 further up to be in scoring range next turn.
Okay.
Now you need to run the pieces in the back. You need to run them up. Start with okay, yeah, and then run the thrower the same way because he probably needs to pick the ball up when you drop it. Because what's probably going to happen is that they're probably going to blitz the catcher.
Yep.
But yeah.
Ooh. Okay, so we've moved the ball.
Move the ball, and you now have 3 pieces in scoring position. And they have to deal with all of them because you're fast enough to put them into the end zone and then pass with something for them to catch it.
Yep.
So... Oh, the bonehead on
nice.
The cross. That is excellent news.
That is very nice. Thank you very much.
Because that means the I don't think he didn't blitz with that piece, so he's probably planning to blitz with one of the skinks. But the fact that they're putting so much effort into getting rid of the right-hand side catcher is really good.
Yep. That's a dodge.
Ooh. Yeah.
Goody gumdrops.
It's probably not going to follow here. Nope.
Okay. So I can presumably this turn blitz one of them with relative ease, and
you don't need to.
I can just diagonal, can't I?
Because yeah, you can run diagonally with your blitzer, which you probably want at this point. Because look at the SPP on your blitzer that's holding the ball.
3. Oh, happy face.
Yeah. Yeah, so that means you... Unfortunately, all your blitzers are tied up on skinks, and we're not gonna... Ooh. Ooh.
That'll do.
Wow. That was
Oh, and a KO.
not... That was not the right move. So let's see here. Can your plus strength blitzer blitz the skink? That's blocking you to the left here, and I think he can. Yeah, he can.
With a GFI.
No. You're doing it the wrong way. So go up one first. Yep. And then you go that way, because remember the Crocs is boneheaded, so he has no tackle zones.
Okay, so straight to this, or do I want to move a piece up for a 3-die?
Oh yeah, you do actually. You do. You just want to make sure that move one of them straight up. Yep.
There we go.
And then put another piece from the back to replace that guy, in case something horribly goes wrong.
I can't remember where he was here.
No, one further up after that. Yep, put him there.
Maybe.
And now we do the plus strength blitz.
3-die. Let's go with a reroll. You're going down to Chinatown, my friend.
Yeah.
And huzzah for block. Murder! Yes!
And now I think we still want to win this, so you're going to run this in now.
Yep.
You're going to do that. Yep.
Nuffle.
Still want to do them one at a time.
Oh, dip. Oh, well.
This is more a case of...
Whoa, dip.
Well, you have a reroll. It's fine.
I think that was the second one. No,
yep,
it was. It was the second.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Whew, stressful. Yes, 2-minute coaching is hard, and shout-outs need to go to Cknoor right now for coping with what I think is probably a bit stressful for a Saturday morning. Or lunchtime. But, yeah, you're... This is great.
They keep coming back. This is not good for you.
Oh, dear.
Okay, so...
Not exactly what I wanted.
Nope. So now you put 3 pieces on the LOS like previously. You move the lineman next to the ogre into the middle. You move the blocker back, but you want to put them on the sideline, so you want to move them one further out now. So keep the catchers where they are, and then move the other blitzer on the right in the same position.
Yep.
One more.
Oh, yep.
And then move the plus strength piece forward as well. No, you want to put him where your thrower is, but on the opposite side. Yeah, over there.
Roger.
And I think you can move the ogre forward one as well.
Right.
Because we need to go steal the ball now. So we're playing...
Yep.
Because there are only 3 turns, we need to steal it as soon as possible. So we're playing very aggressive right now. We don't necessarily care. Like, of course, we don't want them to score, but it doesn't matter to us if they win 4-2 or 3-2.
Yep.
So we're pushing forward here.
Yeah. LOS is line of scrimmage, I believe.
Yes.
It's front line.
You need to. The line of the LOS are the 7 squares next to the front line in the middle. And you need to have 3 pieces at least on the LOS at the start of a drive.
So I think we're set up now.
Yep.
This is about as pretty as it gets. I like this. It looks good. Symmetry is quite
Symmetry
pleasing.
is important unless you have very specific pieces that do specific things, but you don't.
Okay. Right. Let's.
Always on the X, unless you've got
Yep.
kick.
I went cross-eyed for a second
blitz.
there. Gentle gust of wind and don't. Oh dear.
No, that's good.
Okay. Makes it easier for me to steal it.
Yeah, that's
when he
general
drops
idea. It's safer for them, but it's always going to be a case of they have a 1 and 9 with their reroll to pick it up, and if they fail that, we're in a good position.
Yep. Bonehead.
Because the Sorai aren't going to be able to catch it. That's why they're caging up as much as they are currently.
Yeah.
And we might have to do some horrible things with our ogres shortly.
Okay. So push someone onto the ball probably if necessary.
I mean, if they succeed, we need to base the ball.
Fail.
And
Oh.
yep, they got it. So we probably want to use the ogre to blitz the Sorai.
Yep.
That's available, and then move in. And then we also need to base the Crocs, and we essentially need to base everything and keep so that the skink can't run forward with any protection.
No, he doesn't like my blitz idea.
Yeah, that's fine. We can still go through that.
Still step between them, right, and smack them.
Yeah, you can. You just need to remove the assists from both of the Sorai now.
Roger,
but
which I can
should
do.
be possible with the blitzers you have on the right. So move the blitzer on the right first. Yeah.
Or should I go between the two?
Nope.
Just one to one.
Yeah, and you can move the other catcher to block the catcher on the right to block the skink.
This one.
Yep. And then you want to stand up the guy that's down on the LOS.
Oh, hello there, hiding behind the ogre.
Yeah. You want to use the plus strength probably to remove the assist over there. Yeah.
Yep.
One more to the left though.
Oh, dip.
It's fine. I
saw red.
And then you need to let's move the other block piece up and go stand next to the croc.
Up here.
That puts him in a surfable position, but we don't care at this point because
we're going for gold. Okay. And blodger. Somewhere?
No, we're gonna wait with the blodger and the thrower.
Okay. Mighty blow.
Mighty blow. You know where you could put the thrower? You could put the thrower next to the LOS on the right hand side, so you get 2-die block and free up another piece. But let's do that
here.
after. No. On the LOS.
Okay.
People in the middle.
There.
Nope. To the right.
To the right.
Yeah, let's do the ogre blitz first.
Do this thing first.
Yeah.
And that's a reroll.
Yeah, it's a bad reroll, but you're not gonna use it for anything else. But then you have
No,
to
loner.
Yeah, so you failed the loner, so it didn't happen.
And my blitz is gone. Okay.
Yeah, so now for that reason, move the thrower to the right.
Okay. What to?
No. You want to get a 2-die block on the Sorai to the right. So you need to put the thrower in an assist position. That's not the rightmost Sorai.
Yeah, the rightmost Sorai. Okay. Here.
Yes, but
one less. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had no idea which Sora, so I was just kind of going through them one by one.
So now you have a 2-die on that Sorai
from the middle.
Yep. And then you push him to the right. Yep. Follow.
Yep.
And then you move the other lineman.
Yep.
Up and just put him next to the Sorai that we were gonna blitz.
That one?
Nope.
That one?
Nope.
That one?
Yep.
Okay. Good stuff. We're getting there. Mighty blow, still keep him free?
Yep.
Okay.
Because if the skinks run through, we'll leave those two in the back.
Okay, so... Okay,
so there were a bunch of things we could have done there that would have probably been safer, like an ogre blitz.
Yeah.
Is never safe, but it's also a 2+ roll. But in this case, like we had to do something that was more. Oh, that's very good. We needed to kind of force their hand a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've based all of the Sorai, so they can't really move the. Yeah, so they're gonna surf you now.
I can accept this. But that means the Crocs will be stuck on the edge of the map, though, right? So that I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Oh dear. No, never mind.
Oh, close.
One more skull. That's all I ask. Yeah. Okay, well that's
so,
three of his guys glued there for the turn, so...
He doesn't... The problem you have right now is that he doesn't need to score.
Right, I see.
He's going to win anyways, so...
I see. Yeah, that's... and he's not going to be easy to push off the edge.
You'd have to... No, you have to Shane push him. Oh, it's easier. It's a lot easier now. Actually,
so do I have to sneak someone in the back here and then blitz up?
So what you can do is if you put the no, we're not going to do that.
Yep.
What you could do is you can put the catcher next to the Crocs, and then if you blitz for that Sorai straight up,
Yep.
then you chain push pieces around.
Okay.
But that's probably not going to get the ball loose. It's not going to get the ball loose.
Yep.
So what we want to do with the catcher in the back is we need to make sure that it's in scoring position.
Yep.
No, catcher in the
Yep.
That
yeah,
guy.
his back. Yep.
Yeah.
So just
you
move
don't need
him
to
up
put
a
him
few.
on the side. Just put him on like the emblem kind of.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ready to score.
In reach of everything. Now you probably want to move the well, you can't move the ogre, but you want to activate the ogre. Yep, and then you can stand up the other guy that's next to him.
Yep. Push.
Now all of a sudden you have a 2-die.
Free up the ogre.
He's not going to get freed up unless you knock him down, but it's a 2-die, so you might as well take it.
I can re-roll that.
Nope. We have more
Just
important
push.
things to do.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
And
put him next to the ogre. Yeah, sure.
And follow.
Nope.
And a stay.
Yeah. So you probably want to knock down the use the plus strength piece.
Yep.
With an assist from the catcher to knock down the Sorats, and because then you can, if that works, you can then use the Mighty Blow Blitzer to murder their skink.
Okay.
Yeah,
that'll
that's
do.
fine. He doesn't have block.
Right.
And then you blitz with the Mighty Blow piece.
Something like that.
Yep.
Let's kill a skink. Swiggity swooty. And
Nope.
that's a dodge. Not worth a reroll?
No. Push him. No. No,
Okay.
probably not. We want to dodge some pieces out. Straight up. Yep. And follow.
Okay. Oh, I haven't stood up this guy yet.
Yeah, you probably want to stand him up and then dodge him back. Actually, no, stand him up. And then we want to dodge the other blitzer out and put him next to the blodge catcher.
Next to the blodge catcher. So dodge to there and then down here?
Yep.
Come on, baby. No! Reroll?
You have a reroll.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on, one more time. Yes. Okay. I've got my sure hands on the right hand side as well. It makes me nervous, but...
You're going to use him to block that Saurus.
Right now?
Yep.
Oh. Back. 1 second. That's fine. We'll score. Easy peasy. So this seems like some ingenuity is going to be needed.
No, what's going to be needed is them failing.
Yep.
Or the other option, which is probably the more fun, which we can go for, is have the... it's gonna be harder now. No, actually, it's not. Have the... he's gonna put... Oh, that's a... Okay. Who are you? What are you doing? That's... Okay. Roll a 1, please. Nope. Okay, so... what you're gonna do the most exciting play in all the Blood Bowl.
Yep.
Which is blitz into that sideline cage and surf that dude.
Cool. Oh dear.
It's really hard to do though.
It's a 6+, I assume, is it?
It's a... I think it's just a 5+.
Into 2 red die.
No, because we removed the assists first.
Ah, clever. I don't have any free pieces. I've got my strength piece, I guess.
No, you can free up some pieces. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh no, I've got a free piece here. Life is good all of a sudden. This skink is kind of going to make freeing up pieces difficult. So
yeah. So first we use the ogre.
Okay.
Yeah, and push him up and back. Yep.
And follow. Not that it matters by now, but
sure.
Oh, it does if we murder him.
Yeah, there we go. Very nice.
That would have been nice to have right in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I'll take it.
Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that doesn't work. So you have to do it with your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to move the just freed up lineman.
Yep.
And put him in the middle of these. Yeah, right there.
Yep.
And then, unfortunately, actually, hang on. Let's see. You can use the before you do that. You can use the blodge catcher to block the Sorai.
Yep.
It's a 1 dice. So it's a 3+ roll. So it's the same. Yeah, very nice. So it's the same as the dodge.
And follow just to get him away.
Sure.
Just to get him safe.
Yeah. And now we blitz with the plus strength piece. Yep. Yeah, and now, because we're going to keep doing this, if something fails, we're going to use a reroll. It's funner to do the whole thing at once. Okay. So let's do that.
Chat, let's have some little praise of Nuffle here. If this works, then I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll do something to celebrate. But, you know, would it work? Meh. Failed.
Oh, did you?
I think I failed the... Yeah, I don't know. Well...
Yeah, you failed the dodge.
Try it one more time.
It's a 6+.
No! It was a really good plan.
So if you were elves, that would have been a 5+.
Oh, really? With a built-in reroll as well to save me using my dice. If I was a dodgy elf, anyway. Okay, well, you know, all in all, that's I would class that as a very decent game for me against Lizardmen, who I struggle against. And
that's how you play Blood Bowl. No, so I think just analyzing this after the fact, right? One of the things that they had a wizard, and the wizard forced us to score early in the first half, which allowed them to then score again with some luck from their part. They had to make 3 dodges with rerolls.
Yeah.
But they had to make some dodges. It wasn't necessarily easy. Then in the second half, because they had their wizard, they had the most amazing fireball I've ever seen.
Yes, that was...
For those that don't know, fireball works that you select an area, and then that square and all the squares around it, you roll a die for the pieces standing in it. And on a 4+, they get knocked down. So that's what we were talking about, it being like a 50-50. So yeah, it's definitely that's not generally what happens, but that of course changed that whole play. So the wizard did a lot that game. Now, one of the things you missed is looking at the dice rolls after the fact, because that kind of...
I can look at them in a sec and just sort of analyze Nuffle. I just went straight to the level up because I'm a bit trigger happy with this. So I guess having too many Mighty Blow pieces is overkill because you've only got 1 blitz per turn. So I would assume another guard would be...
No, Mighty Blow also works on block, but it's generally... It depends on what you think is more needed, more casualties, or if you need more guard. Now, getting Mighty Blow early usually means that it's easy for the blitzer to level up because casualties to SVP.
Yep.
Guard is useful, as you can see, from the LOS and other things.
I think it just depends who I'm against, because if I'm against a team with a bunch of strength 4, then the guard is huge. But if I'm against a squishier team, then Mighty Blow is huge. So both kind of...
Yep. Yeah, and that's kind of why you can either do a bit of both, or you can go all in on one and then get guard as the second thing.
I think I'll go Mighty Blow because it's more impressive to have more kills and injuries.
Sure.
It's more visually pleasing at the very least. I've just got 1 more to level, and then we can analyse the dice. So catch has gone up again. What are you getting? Oh, double. So here's... I mean, you could get movement, but it is a double. Yeah.
So the thing you have to think about here, guard on the blodge catcher, because it's so quick, can be really good.
Okay.
I think that's what most people would pick here, because as you might have noticed, you don't necessarily score with the catchers that much.
Yep.
Like they're always there as a threat, but they're not going to be holding on to the ball that often. Yep. If you were to use it as a ball carrier, you could also give it sidestep, but that's a normal.
Yeah.
So here, like if you think you need the movement, and movement is always fun, I think I would go for guard though, because I think the double is more important
Yeah,
than
8 movement's already quite a lot, and I guess if I put it up to 9, then he's going to have too much movement compared to the rest of my team
well,
in a lot of situations.
I mean, you always want more movement if you can get it. It's like once you're at movement 8,
Yep.
you're also, or rather, if you're at movement 9, you can then make a total of 11. You can move 11 squares per turn.
Right.
And to the end zone, it's 13 squares, which means if you were to ever want to do a 1-turn touchdown, you'd only have to push that piece 2 squares.
Right, I see.
But in this case, since you're starting out, I think guard is the better option.
A mobile guard piece, and this is on a catcher, I believe.
Yep.
Sure. So he's also a blodge guard. So yep. I like that. So he's prime target, strength 2, and but he has blodge and guard, so he's at least going to be running around protecting people. So let's look at the history here. Thus far, the humans have been performing better than expected for me. But I've made 3 people quit out of 6 games. Mainly due to good rolls, I guess. So Talheim Tigers, last game, dice rolls were pretty okay across the board, hovering around the midline.
So the fireball is the big anomaly. The injury is also a big anomaly, actually. Because these are your own injury rolls. This is what's so weird about the dice log. Is really dumb because it also adds in your own armor rolls for your team and your own injury rolls for your team to the counter at the bottom. And of course, for those you want them to be low, but for everything else you want them to be high. So the actual collected dice rolls at the bottom doesn't actually show anything.
Gotcha.
Because you could be rolling a shit ton of 6s and fail everything.
Yeah.
As in because your opponent blocks you and then you get injured, right?
Yeah. Gotcha.
You're just having one injury be something worse than a stun is really good. Your dodging is that it's not supposed to be 40% because remember you dodge in a 3+.
Yeah.
So it should be around 60.
Yep. So dodging needs a bit of work. We'll get on the drills.
The armor itself is pretty solid. The GFIs are solid. If we look at our opponent, we can see that they're dodging. Well, so they did like one Saurus dodge, but other than that, it's slightly worse than it should be. Armor breaks, that's pretty good from our end. Their failure rate on injury is horrendously low.
Yep.
Their wake up is okay. Then the pickup is fine. The GFIs are fine. The catching is fine. The casualties are also, for the most part, fine actually, because it's just one failure.
And the bonehead was.
You did a lot of KOs.
Yeah.
Bonehead, excellent. Yeah. So they rolled decently. Let's have a look at the block dice while we're at it.
Where do I get to block dice?
Type of dice.
Type of dice.
Block dice. Yeah. So yeah, they're pretty even. Remember the pushes. The push results are there. You've got 2 results of those, so they should be double what they are. And then if we look on your block dice as well,
pushes everywhere.
Yeah.
But normally accompanied by something useful.
Yeah. So I think there the big failure for your team was how well the wizard actually worked.
Yeah, that really messed us up, didn't it?
Yeah.
And I guess that combined with if we weren't quite so pressured into doing the early touchdown, and we would have been more likely looking at a draw at least.
I think also mistake we made was that we put together a full 5-piece cage. So what we could have done is we could have recognized, hey, there's a wizard.
Yeah.
We should take the because we had the option of putting the 2 pieces in the back of the cage. We could have put them one step further back.
Yeah.
It's not as strong, but it would only put 3 pieces in the cage, and your opponent probably wouldn't fireball a 3-piece 3-person cage.
For sure.
So I think that was the other big mistake we made that game.
Right. Okay. Okay.
We forgot about the wizard for one turn,
Yeah.
and that's when it punished us.
Yeah, I felt so good having a cage. I was like, yeah, I've got a cage in the middle. Never had one of them before. Well, I rarely make a good cage, and now I'm scared to make another one.
Yeah,
that's Blood Bowl. So yeah, really fun game, and I'd like to thank you for jumping in and helping me out, because that was. I'm going to watch this back as well.
Oh dear.
So just so I can take on board everything again, because I'm trying to, like, I think both of us are racing against the clock a little bit there.
Yeah, like having it be 2 minutes rather than 3 or 4
yeah.
is
especially if there's no I'd love an overlay that has every square reference, like rook to g2, etc. That might be a bit cumbersome to have, but it's hard work for you, I'm sure. But yeah, great fun. Unfortunately, guys, I'd love to stream this all day, but I'm playing Warhammer Fantasy in an hour, and I have to do GM prep. And games of this seem to last 2 hours whenever I need them to last 1 hour, so I can't commit to another one.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah. But thank you very much for that. It'd be great to do it again at some point. Maybe check in after a while, and I'll show you my new moves.
Cool. Let's do that.
I'll probably stick with humans for a while. So perhaps before you go, any lasting sort of tips for being a human in this world?
No, I think you just have to recognize that you're very much middle of the road. You're not excellent at anything, but you're also not horrible at anything. So it means that, sometimes you have to do, like the pass play we made when we moved, when we were really pressured to move the ball forward. Sometimes you have to do those, even though, you're like, ooh, it's a 4+ or it's a 3+. But you do have re-rolls on everything.
Yeah.
So even if it's a 4+, it's a 75% chance to work.
Yeah.
And you only drop it by the player's feet if it's a 1. So you're probably going to move it forward regardless, right?
Yeah.
So those are some things to think about. And then one of the, I guess the other big one, but that's just a general Blood Bowl one, is that even though you have block Mighty Blow, you can't really be like, well, I have block Mighty Blow, so reliably I should get this many injuries.
Yeah.
Don't ever plan for that. Just be grateful when they happen.
Yep.
Because you kind of have to work around it rather than.
And for those Mighty Blows, I mean, my assumption would be probably if I were to be able to next to I don't know, let's say I roll a double, I would like them to be a Blodge Mighty Blow, but I would assume getting tackle would be fairly decent on a Mighty Blow, please.
Like, you need some tackle going forward. If you have tackle for the skinks, that would have done a lot.
Yeah.
Getting some guard, because you're going to need a lot of guard.
Yep.
And possibly getting a kick on a lineman, getting some block or some wrestle on some linemen, and of course turning off the commentators.
Fair enough. Just so one can concentrate. Well, once again, I'm going to thank you very much for your time, buddy. Yeah. It's been great. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I'll put this VOD up on the old YouTube channel. So if anyone wants to see it from the beginning, we can do so. Unfortunately, not a win, but a moral victory, because we killed a bunch of skinks. So, we injured them anyway, but we'll get them next time. So, have a great day, guys, and take care.
Goodbye.